stuff
Yep.
done. You know,
Absolutely.
yeah. What are you doing
This
today?
meeting is being recorded.
Nothing crazy like that.
I'm off. I'm on days off for days and go pick up Christmas presents and
Let's go.
yeah, get a
You got
workout
the tree
in
up?
today.
Let's go. You got the tree up already?
No, no, we cut one down every year, so
You
it'll
guys
be
are beasts. Let's go.
yeah, it's actually pretty fun.
That's official.
It's awesome.
That's amazing. I love that. Just out there with the families hacking away, getting the big one, you know?
Well, we've got this thing where it's we the kids like to pick out the most Charlie Brown tree they can possibly find, and
Hmm.
um we take that one every year.
I love that. What if they find one that's just like too big for the ceiling, but they really want it? What would you do in that case? You'd have to be like, sorry.
Yeah, we try to go. I think the tallest we've had is maybe 6'5".
That's pretty big. Yeah,
So
pretty big.
yeah,
Let's go.
yeah,
Well, I'm getting the Christmas presents early. Let's go. I am. You wouldn't be impressed with me. I get them like 2 days before, so I need to step it up.
that's what we were like last year, and this year we've been a little more on the ball, so
That's good.
hey,
Do you
makes
guys
life easier.
Black Friday there? Is that a thing?
Yep.
Okay,
Oh
cool.
yeah.
It's the same as our Black Friday day. Like it's not earlier.
Nope.
Okay, cool. You go out on the
Yep.
mats on that day?
No. No.
That's good. That's good. Shop online, yeah.
Yeah. Well, I worked retail for like 8 years, and I
Did-
worked every Black Friday, Cyber Monday. So
Oh,
nope,
crazy.
hands off.
Before you were a nurse, you were in retail?
Oh yeah. Yeah. Unfortunate, but I was.
I feel like you would have good customer service.
Many years, like 8, maybe 9.
Yeah. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Well, nursing life now, it's still kind of customer service too, you know?
it very much so. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Well, sweet to see your face. You've been crushing your program.
Trying.
You look awesome. Are you feeling good?
I'm actually feeling pretty good. I've gone off medication, which
Ooh.
that was a wild ride, but
Yeah,
learned to set boundaries, which is huge.
yeah, yeah. That's big time to be off
Oh,
med. How long have you
yeah.
been off?
I went off in May.
Okay.
I detoxed for 3 weeks, which I don't wish upon anybody
Yeah,
ever. It is awful.
yeah,
And yeah, I had to learn how to recope and
yeah.
learn new strategies, and I actually feel a lot better.
Let's go. I love it.
Yeah, it's been a
Those
while.
like anxiety meds or what
Yeah.
kind of okay, gotcha. So what do you feel like kind of helped you to I don't know, be able to make that transition like to go off?
Well, I was only on Cipralex and it wasn't like a really high dose,
Yeah.
but I was so docile. I would just let people kind of walk all over me and take advantage of me. And I would have coworkers be like, "Ooh, how are you okay with somebody speaking to you like that?" And
Mhm.
I would sit down and reflect. I'm like, actually, that's not okay. And I just got tired of not feeling things. So I was like, guess I'm going to be a little unhinged for a while. So I said, screw it. Let's go. I'm getting off of this. And I did.
For you.
Don't wish that detox on anybody. I was so sick for 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That's a long
3 weeks. Everything I found said it was like the worst is like the first week. And then
time.
usually it, comes out of your system by then. But
Yeah.
nope, not according to the doctors. And they were right.
Dang. So you were kind of on the low for 3 weeks. That's a minute, yeah. So you're
Yeah.
feeling better.
Oh gosh, yeah. Yeah, it's nice to feel things again. A little
Yeah,
more unhinged, but that's okay. I'm learning.
it's all right. You gotta be unhinged sometimes, you know?
Yeah, right? Exactly. You got to
Yeah,
keep life interesting.
absolutely. Well, yeah, I was talking with Maddie just about some of your wins. Obviously, you're down to a whole bunch of weight, and your photos are looking really good and stuff like that. And your nutrition's good, crushing workouts, all that kind of good stuff. But yeah, how do you feel like things are going plan wise?
Good. I'm not quite where I want to be, but I've had like a lot, a lot of stuff happen in the last year. Like a lot of tragedy, a lot of just crap,
Yeah,
and learning how to recope and
yeah,
everything like that. Like it takes a toll. And I was so sick at the beginning of the program last year. Like I had influenza A,
yeah,
I had COVID, I had another respiratory infection, all within like 3 months.
yeah,
So yeah, I got still more work to do, but
yeah. Well,
okay.
look, when you get to the goal, you won't care. Nobody puts a sign up and says, "Hey, it took forever." You're just there.
Right? And
Yeah,
I'd rather do it the healthy way. Like and learn how to keep it off and learn
yeah,
all the things rather than
yeah.
taking the easy way.
Yeah, absolutely. All right, Maddie said you were doing some kickboxing. I know you were talking about that in the group chat too and stuff. How's that going?
So much fun.
Let's
I'm
go.
actually I'm helping one of the girls who's competing next weekend prepare on Sunday because I've never sparred. I didn't have a proper mouth guard until this week, so I'm not going to be ready to compete in a week. So my
Yeah,
ultimate goal is to start competing.
let's go.
So I try to hit as many classes as I can in a week, but the hours I work, it makes it pretty hard.
Yeah, yeah, I
But
believe
it's
it.
so much fun.
Is it like a group, like a bunch of you in a class, or how does it work?
Yeah, so the adult beginner classes, there's a lot of very gigantic, sweaty, strong men, and then a few of us, like these guys are insane. They are crazy good.
Yeah,
And there's usually like maybe 5 or 6 women in
yeah,
the adult beginner, but there's probably like 20 people in the adult beginner classes.
mm,
Ladies only. Depends on Tuesday. There's usually anywhere from like 8 to 15 of us.
yeah,
It's only again, it just depends who can go. Last pads only I went to, there was think there was 12 to 14 of us counting instructors. So
yeah.
yeah, it's pretty sick.
Let's go.
It's a
This
lot of fun.
this is the new thing instead of the smash rooms. I feel like just smash someone else. I'm just kidding.
Well, smash rooms are still fun.
We got to take out the raids somehow. We need a
Exactly.
yeah,
And it's such a good release. Honestly,
yeah.
it's probably one of the best things I've done.
Yeah, yeah. I've never tried it. I've had a few buddies that have done like getting into it and stuff, but I probably should broaden my horizons. So
It's really, really fun. Our instructor, I've known her for a long time. She makes it
yeah,
interesting. And she knows I want to compete. So she's always like, no, do this, do this. And I'm like,
yeah.
I am captain, let's go.
Let's make it happen. I love it.
So yeah.
Yeah, awesome. So yeah, we've seen a whole bunch of progress. I mean, I know you're down. When we first chatted, you had like I think 35, 40 pounds was kind of the goal. I think and you've come down a really good chunk of that, and you look a lot more muscular as well, like from what we're seeing, like your numbers and your photos and all that kind of good stuff. I know one of the other goals that I'd written down like when we first chatted was like I know you wanted to be like really feel like that example for your kids and like feel
Mm.
kind of leading the charge there. Like, are you feeling like are you feeling better about some of that, like with all the work you put in and
I am. Um, I still really want to be a good example for my kids.
yeah,
Um, they're on a
yeah,
different level though. They're teenagers. They really don't care about
yep.
anything really. But even just like just seeing my progress, like they're like, oh, like that's super awesome, good for you. I'm like, well, you can do anything you put your mind to. So
Mm-hmm.
subliminally
Yep.
planting that seed,
Uh,
better
yeah, yeah,
choices.
yeah.
So
Well, you're like kicking butt because that's yeah. If they're not even if they're not saying it, they're seeing the
yeah,
example of what you're
yeah,
doing and the changes you're making. So yeah, I'm proud of you for that. That's awesome.
yeah, great.
Yep, absolutely. Cool. So, as far as like going where you want to go from here, so Maddie, did she kind of go over like a sheet with you that we had made, like, kind of where we're headed? Okay. Did you have any questions on any of that of like what that would look like or how that would work or anything like that?
No, no, she went over it pretty in depth the other day, kind of like
Okay.
what, like the next kind of few months would look like.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. So so I know that, where do we want to be for, she had said like maybe 15, 20 pounds is kind of what you wanted to get off from here. Is that sound right in your mind, or where do you want to kind of get to?
I would ultimately like to hit like back to 150. I would be
Okay.
more than happy with like 155.
Okay.
So still like 10, 15 pounds
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
ultimately.
Yep. Awesome. And then from there, like you're working on kickboxing, and all that kind of good stuff. Do you want to like put a, I mean, we're still building muscle as you're losing body fat too, but if you want, I don't know if you want to spend some time on it, like an intentional, like we want to like focus on building muscle and like getting stronger and stuff like that. But is there anything else you want to see, beyond the 10 to 15 pounds as an additional goal?
Um, I think that it's kind of just like my main goal. Like I would definitely like to like be leaner and be stronger.
Yeah.
Um, because let me tell you, still can't do a boy push up. Still
Oh,
can't do it,
let's do them. Let's go.
but,
Yeah.
but working on it. Like,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, like I would like to be, you know, leaner and
Yeah.
have more of that like athletic build. Uh,
Yeah.
but I'm also very, very well aware, like just with the high stress of my job,
Yeah.
both actually, and then like the busy schedule, like with the kids, with kickboxing, trying to fit things in. Like I know,
Hmm.
like it's attainable. Like it's gonna take a while, but right now my main is just get the weight off and then
Yeah.
learn how to maintain because I think
Yeah.
that's gonna be one of my biggest challenges because
Yeah.
I like
Yep.
food a
Can't blame me.
lot.
Can't blame me there. Yeah. Cool. So here's kind of what I'm thinking. Then she mapped this out. So kind of going through, you're in the middle of like a shredding phase right now, right? So
Yeah.
yeah, okay. So we'll continue through the shredding phase, and kind of retaining, building muscle through that process, and through that month through December, maybe, and then we will take kind of intermittent little refeeds slash diet breaks around, and she's got that around January, just because you don't want to do it forever on the diet, because then your metabolism can decrease faster. And if we implement these little times where we increase calories for a week or two, it can mitigate some of that. Probably around Christmas or different holiday, we will maybe like incorporate little days where you go back up to maintenance calories. So you can have, have time with your family and not have to feel like you're so low on calories and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
Um, Once we get down, the 10 to 15 pounds or so, or wherever you feel comfortable, right? You'll be able to kind of tell us, like, yeah, I feel good here, whether it's the 150 or 155 or, whatever it is. Um, then we'll go through a process of like slowly adding calories back in, because you don't want to like try to maintain on low calories forever. Like that's where
Yeah.
most people regain the weight. Like, I don't really know what to do after I lose the weight to
Hmm.
go off the rest of my life. So we're going to slowly kind of add some food back in. So, and you won't regain weight. It's kind of an odd thing where we'll add calories like 50 to 100 a week. We might be like, hey, we're going to go from 15 to 1600 this week, and we'll be able to increase calories to a point where you're like, okay, this is a decent amount for me. I don't feel like I have to, be strict all the time and all that kind of good stuff.
Yeah.
If we wanted to go through a little bit of like a muscle building phase, then we would spend some time, and like an athletic phase slash performance building muscle phase. We would kind of continue to stay on these slightly higher calories, and just to give your body energy to build the muscle tissue, like for your kickboxing and all that kind of good stuff.
Mhm.
Yeah, you might not be able to. I know you got a lot going on, right? So
Yeah.
it's kind of managing the stress and the schedule, and all that kind of good stuff. So we'll spend a little bit of time like building some muscle on those higher calories. From there, we will at some point we can go through back a little bit of like another like toning up phase or cutting phase where the difference between this one and the first one you did is the second one you're starting with a lot more muscle than the first one.
Right.
You've done all this work, right? And so now we kind of come down, and when we reduce body fat now, the look is going to be a lot different because of the added muscle tissue, and that's where a lot of people really start to they like the way they look the first cut, but like the second one, it's like now I really do because I spent this time building muscle and I have learned a lot. I already kind of know how to go through a cut. I've done it before, and all that kind of good stuff. Now, once we get out of that, we'll go through like the add calories back in again. And if you're at your goal at that point, then we'll basically kind of find a spot with your calories where it's like, yeah, you could eat between, I'll just make this up, like 1,800 to 2,000 calories, and I know if I kind of eat within here, I'm going to maintain, and then from there we'll kind of like show you how to wean off tracking food because you probably don't want to do that the rest of your life, like you have to
Yeah.
track everything, but you also don't want to, now I eat whatever I want all the time, and that kind of thing. So we kind of wean off some of it, and it's kind
Yeah.
of like it's kind of like in the ICU for a while, and then now we're going to the step down floor, right? That's kind of
Yeah.
the process. So does that kind of make sense?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, cool. I think for you then, I think if you wanted to go through like that muscle building phase and like the performance kind of phase that I kind of outlined that right there. I think you
Hmm.
should continue the plan you're on and just kind of do a redo of the one that we initially did was around that time frame. I think if you want to like I don't really care as much about the muscle building performance sort of phase, then we should do like a shorter time frame because you would need to go through those other parts of it. So I
Right.
think it just kind of depends on if kind of where your mind is at around some of it, because it'll just take a little bit longer if we want to, but you'll also look and feel quite a bit different if we go through like the first kind of path I laid out with like we add calories back in, spend some time at the higher calories, kind of match up our nutrition with your training and what you're doing with your additional stuff you're doing and get you ready for your competition and stuff. When is that, by the way? Do you know have a horizon date or?
Well, not totally. I probably won't be competing till maybe the new year. There is
Cool.
one, not this weekend, but next weekend. I'm on nights, doesn't help.
Yeah.
And then it being around Christmas, like trying to find trades and or take vacation days is pretty slim pickings. So
Yeah.
I really won't be doing anything till maybe January. Then we go into competition season for dance. So
Oh yeah, yeah,
got to
yeah.
be
So
working
that,
around all of that.
yeah, I feel like you might. I mean, it's up to you. I think you might want to go with the same plan we went with the first time if it's going to be a little while until we're competing anyways and doing some of that stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I mean, how do you feel?
Um, yeah, I think it's going to be very easily probably not till well after New Year before I'm
Yeah.
allowed to compete. Step one, gotta learn how to spar.
Yeah, we want to see some
Getting
video of
hurt.
you in the chat. When I say I drop your form vids, I want to see from you like some kicking form vids, you know?
It it's so much fun. I've learned honestly a lot
Yeah.
from it, and I feel like even my best friend is like, your body's conditioning differently than just lifting weights.
Yeah. Hmm.
So
Yeah. Yeah, because then that'll kind of play to being on a little bit higher calories too, because you're expending a lot more when you're doing that. So yeah, cool. Let's just do that then. Let's do that. We'll keep cranking. Is there anything else program wise, support wise, do you feel like you need it all, or like I wish I had more of this or that or anything?
not really.
Okay. You sure? Always.
Yeah,
All
pretty
right,
chill.
cool.
Like,
Cool. I always want to make sure we're you know, tweaking things as we need to make things as good as they can be for people in the program and stuff. So cool. Let's do that then. So you actually get, since it is around Black Friday situation right now, you get 3 extra months for free, and you also get a gift. So I will send you the list of gifts, and you can pick what you want, and we will send it to you.
okay, cool.
Isn't that fancy? Yeah.
It's fancy.
Yeah. Cool. So I'll
Yeah.
get over to you. I'm gonna send you over because it makes me that same liability thing that says if you get hurt working out, you can't sue us, crap like that. I'm
Yeah,
gonna,
the usual.
yeah, just the typical. Am I going to your Miss Neufeld at gmail.com?
Yes, please.
Okay, awesome. Let's pull that up here. So do you when you guys are chopping the tree down, do you got to go like out a ways to find something like that, or do you guys live out in the country? You just like we just go walk out to the woods, or like what's the situation?
No, we're definitely in the city. So we go um just out to Cypress Hills. It's about, wow, depending how fast you drive, 40, 45 minutes from where we are. And then there's a certain stretch along the one highway that you're allowed to go and wander through and find a tree. But there's no power tools allowed. It all has to be done by hand.
What, really?
Yep.
Man, you guys are out there hacking away. Let's go.
Yeah, my son takes, last year we did the axe versus the handsaw. So we just let him do it. We're like, here you go, buddy. Pick a tree, you cut it down. And he does great. And he loves it.
That's amazing. Fun for the whole family, just hacking away.
It is. And we go trump through the snow. Last year it took us like an hour to find the tree because the kids were just like having such a blast.
Yeah,
So yeah, it's good. I mean, good old family fun.
exactly. I feel like we should do that. I'm gonna tell Coach Leah we need
Yeah, go
uh,
chop down a tree.
yeah, when we come home for Christmas, we want to see a real tree that was chopped down.
Well, we
So
didn't. I always had a fake tree growing up. It wasn't
yeah,
until I got together with my husband that he's like, "Yeah, let's go get a real tree." And I'm like, "Oh, like the store at the mall?" And he's like,
yeah, because
"No."
I feel like it goes like here the fake tree, then you have like the real tree, but you buy it at a place, and then there's like real tree, we got the tree, you know? Yeah,
Yeah, it's fun.
next level. Yeah. Cool. I just sent over the form, should be there from sign request.
Cake.
And it'll say like review doc, and then everything is going to be the same on there except for it'll say 12 months plus 3 free months. So
Okay.
that's everything else is the same. So should be should be good. And then you I think you pay weekly, right?
Yeah.
You want to just stick with that?
Yeah.
All right, cool. Just stick there. All right.
Let's see. Oops. Okay. See if this thing will actually turn on.
What do you got? A iPad?
Yeah, I have a Pro.
You like that?
I do. It's awesome. It's just way easier to sign things on rather than
Yeah,
you know, try and do it from my phone or my laptop.
yeah, I believe it.
Oh, where's my email? There we go. Cool. I can just type it. Well, that's handy.
You like that? I thought it would let you do. I was like, I like the put your signature in there. But I don't even know if it lets you. I think you have to pick the signature.
Well, it's handy. I mean, I
Yeah.
could sign a bunch of paperwork for the dental office and
Uh,
try to do it for my laptop, and let me tell you, it looks like a 4-year-old did it.
yeah.
Great.
I love it. Any of them look like your signature in there?
pretty close.
Close
Not
enough.
quite this fancy, but you know, the idea is there.
That's right.
Usually I get writing too fast that it's just scribbles by that point.
Yeah.
Okay,
I think
that
it's like
should
something.
be signed.
Good to go. Yep, we're good. Okay, awesome. So I'll let Maddie know we're good to keep cranking and we'll just keep going with things. Yeah, I'll get you that list of things and you can just pick what you want. And do you have the same address as you had when we first signed up a year ago?
Yep.
Okay, sweet. All right, sweet Misty. Anything else we want to cover? Anything else questions you have or things we can do?
Nope, I don't think so.
Cool. All right, amazing. Well,
What?
have a good Friday and good Thanksgiving. Well, you already have Thanksgiving, I guess, but
Yeah.
yeah, good Black Friday. Yeah.
Yep, absolutely.